Okay, quick disclaimer before we get started. The Blocmates podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. The information and opinions expressed on the podcast are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Blocmates or its affiliates. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Blocmates and its affiliates are not liable for any losses or damages incurred as a result of the reliance on the information or opinions expressed on this podcast.
Morning, back again. Fine Tuesday. Morning, fellas.
Morning.
Delighted to see that our prices and flows are all nicely color coded this morning.
I had a spare 10 minutes, so I thought I'd do it.
Yeah, and we have also got a spare 10 minutes now before we have to get on to the next one. So without further ado, into the prices and flows. So we've got Bitcoin is down 0.9% at 29,988, obviously at time of speaking. ETH is down to 1,900, 1.6%. Total market cap is up 1.24 trill. Binance inflows over the past 24 hours, minus 37.73 mil. On the weekly, it's up 669. But yeah, straight in the biggest winners. Grant, I know you want to take this one.
Yeah, another kind of corp rally, I think, is on the horizon. We spoke last week about stuff like Rollbit, which I'm going to do a mini victory lap around. But no, the OX token, which is I've only just kind of stumbled upon this. I knew there was like these ox emojis kind of flying around, and some unsavory characters like Suzu and Kyle were spotting them, and obviously putting two and two together, it's the native token of the Open Exchange, which is their new centralized exchange, which allows people to trade against their claims from Celsius, from FTX, and all this other stuff. So I think what's happened, why that's had a bit of an uptick over the past couple of days, is that FTX claims went live, so people are effectively being able to kind of register for their claims and see how much they can kind of generally get. So what Open Exchange is going to allow people to do is right, you've KYC'd through us, we can verify that that's your account. This is how many pennies on the dollar you're going to get from us if you want to have like instant liquidity and then being able to trade on their exchange against that. So if people want that optionality to be able to try and revenge trade back to make it all back effectively, they can do that through their exchange. And I think what's happened is they have some kind of Ponzi-nomics where if in the first week you'll get effectively 2x on your claims in this REOX token, which is kind of a vesting OX token, which will kind of distribute over time. And the longer you leave it, the reduced amount of boost you get on those tokens. So I think it's incentivizing people to actually either OTC their claims or sell their claims to Open Exchange in return for this token, so you get instant liquidity and then you can kind of go and play into the market. So, but I think people who are looking at that and thinking, well, if I can get X amount pennies on the dollar and I can try and trade my way back to glory and have a bit of optionality and a bit of liquidity whilst things are kind of directionally moving in the right direction, then it might make a little bit of sense. But I don't know. It seems a bit fishy. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, I think I was seeing Telegram groups at the time. People were selling their accounts for like 15 cents on the dollar.
Yeah, and there's a few people buying up, wasn't there? So
yeah. So
and as well, you don't know what has changed for people in that time as well, like where people's heads are at. Have people made like a lot back and they just see it as a free bet, and it's like, well, if I get anything back at all, if this is the option, then they'll take that sort of route because they have made decent gains in like early of this year. So you never know that, do you, at all, what people's like method to the madness is.
Yeah, it's an odd one. But again, but there's going to be a lot of people talking about this in negative light, and I said this a few times on here. It's just like positive light, negative light. It doesn't necessarily matter as long as people are talking about it. It's probably going to capture some mind share of like the CT herd, isn't it? So I think that's why it's moving up. And you've got to think at the end of the day, if they're kind of effectively trading claims for this liquidity and this token, or they've got a stable coin which you can trade futures with as well, it's like you're kind of incentivized for that token to want to continue to rise.
So we have Hero as well, which we have talked a lot about lately for good reason, and there's no one that will do it just as better than you, Grant. So
yeah, it was. I think it's just been a long time coming. I think it's obviously you look at Solana ecosystem projects as soon as like the mainstay token starts to do a bit of the business. So problem is there's not a lot of stuff that you'd kind of worthwhile investing in on Solana. There's going to be a lot that comes online, and as I say, we're going to be releasing as much information on those that have actually thought about how their token is designed and value accrual and all that kind of shit. But Hero is probably the only one, other than something like a Marinade on Solana, that's actually worthwhile in my opinion. Put my money where my mouth was a while back and locked it for quite a long time. So again, you can't say I'm talking my bag to kind of sell into you because I physically can't sell it. But yeah, it's as I say, they've got a lot happening. There's a lot of kind of flywheels that are coming online with Hero. And if you read the recent report, it should be on the landing page of the website if anyone wants to read it. Or go and listen to the interview I did with Gunny, because I think that was probably one of the better ones that the Hero team have done, just because we could kind of sit and like pick how all the aspects of the protocol work. And I think that was very well received. So happy to see them kind of get some of the traction that they've been working on since 2017, believe it or not. So
you're writing a piece, aren't you? A new piece. I guess that's more on Solana itself, but that'll come in time.
Fuck me, that's going to be a Bible. I've just written the notes for it. Jesus Christ. If I go offline for like 2 weeks and you don't see me, I should emerge with like the book of Solana.
The Bible of Solana. Yeah. So I guess there's also that infographic that was floating around, wasn't there, in terms of Hero and the flywheel there, and how extensive it could be in the future with various projects covering a breadth of, I guess, innovative areas, really. So it is worth keeping an eye on, and we'll be keeping close commentary, won't we, as things progress.
Yeah, I suppose another little one off the back of that is like YOLO's up like 1 billion% something over the past couple of days, because they're going to migrate their token to Ethereum. All the in Discord parimutuels options, spot and perps, which they're going to launch NOLO perps. We've already got it set up in Discord. If anyone's in there wants to give it a try, it's super simple. So it's kind of like a Unibot competitor, but has a lot more bells and whistles to it. And they've just launched. Well, they have this kind of lock drop where you lock your YOLO and then they'll mint NOLO on Ethereum
and send us your address.
So that's absolutely been ripping the past couple of days.
Yeah, it'll be down to 2% now. I think it's about like 2%. So with the YOLO token on Ethereum, you'll pay 4.5% tax, I think, in terms of when you buy. But if you buy it on Solana now and lock it, you'll get a 2% bonus. So you're better off if you were going to buy it. Yeah, you're better off now than waiting for Ethereum launch, really.
Listen to the men. And finally, Link for the biggest winners.
Usually I shit myself when this thing moves.
Yeah, top.
Well, it kind of is. Like everything looks a little bit heavy, but I think with everyone and the meme of token not needed, it's kind of finally coming to fruition that the CCIP, so the cross-chain interoperability protocol, looks like I think it's on testnet now. Looks like it's kind of operational. It's kind of like a layer 0 competitor, if I'm kind of not mistaken. I haven't really looked into it because I don't really see that much upside in the token, so I don't really look into it too much.
It's funny. It's funny because it's up, and our brother texted me on Saturday and he said, "Shall I sell it?"
Steve's still holding like
he's still bag holding.
How many years is that?
Cool lad.
Oh man,
yeah, he's still bag holding it, but
he was like Gavin that holding Trias.
Oh god. But yeah, it's and like I seen one of the transactions like on testnet that the gas fee was paid in Link, so that's like a huge additional bonus, I think. So like hopefully the Link Marines finally get some recompense, but it's at 3.6 billion like currently. I know it probably could go up to like 30 in a bull market or whatever it is. So probably will reach all-time highs again. I think probably should do.
If there's any, sorry, go on. Are you going to finish something there?
No, just. No. But yeah, token needed now.
Yeah, I was just going to say if there's any indication of where things have been over the last 10 days or so. I was back home this weekend and my younger brother said to me, so what's this about this XRP then?
Fucking hell.
I said to Mike at the weekend. Yeah, I said to Mike, oh dear.
Yeah, Jesus, please don't start that. That's where the market that's where the market is right now.
Yeah, but basically when your brother texts you about Link or asks you about XRP respectively, that's how you know an indication of where things are at. And yeah, biggest losers other than that bloke getting kicked in the nuts at Paris.
He's a winner in my eyes.
Honourable mention of that. Kicked in the nuts and spat in the face.
If you're into that, it's up to you.
That's not. We're not
That's what the Blocmates party in Singapore is going to be like.
Yeah.
Especially,
yeah. You get
100 lucky guests.
Free t-shirt and Henry will kick you in the nuts. Sorry, I mentioned that. It just came to me as well. 1 inch. Strange one. Yeah,
it pumped like 60% like 2 days ago. When the Celsius altcoin started moving, and then it was a bit skeptical because like everyone knew that. Well, you should know if you kind of actively trade in alts that Celsius had a shitload of 1 inch on the books. So, and that's obviously been proceeded to be sent to Binance and offloaded. So, and now it's down 30%. So it pumped 60%. Now it's down 30%. So it looks like there's been some fuckery going on to try and get a little bit of a higher exit price. So if you bought into that just based on an asset moving 60%, then you deserve to lose all your money, in my opinion. But there's a few others like Sushi that are on the books as well. I'm out for blood today.
Yeah, punches there.
He's chosen violence today. I think we could probably end it there. That's actually under 15 minutes and plenty of value, despite a couple of fuck-ups that you won't even hear anyway because we'll cut them out.
A couple of guest appearances from Vinny. And,
okay, so subscribe to the newsletter as always, and thank you for listening.
And good luck finding the Lab Quest 3's live. You want to check all the content that we push out this week. And don't listen to Dan. Don't listen to Dan. He tells you lies. Just check the articles, check the newsletter. You should be fine.
Yeah, just read the newsletter, read the articles. Everything else is just noise.
All right. See ya.
All right. Bye.
Cheers.